advertised. He looked really good in the spring game, and because of that, we're going back to a bowl game this year, is what Husker fans are telling them. So I think the fans have a more realistic perspective, and I think this coaching staff has done a really good job of handling Dylan Raiola and the expectations around him.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Old school with DP and J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
My early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But it gave my mom and me more time to plan together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We now got Youth Football 101. And I'm going to let Tank Perry take it over from here. I just want to get you guys right in it because we're going to split it up. First half is what? Lincoln Youth Football?
Yeah, Lincoln Youth Football.
And then we got 7 on 7.
We'll jump into Nebraska.
But we're going to start. Yep, we're going to start with Lincoln Youth Football. And I'll let Tank Perry take it away from there.
We've got a huge lineup today. Welcome to all things football in Lincoln. We've got two incredible guys here. You can join the conversation, obviously, by going through the Sutter Heyman.
Yep.
Text line. The number there is 402-464-5685.
Yep, 402-464-5685. Yep.
And we're actually sponsored also by the Adams Chronicles.
Yeah.
The Character Chronicles. So we certainly appreciate him and everything that he's beginning to do. So we're going to get this thing started. We have two super special guests. So remember what we've been doing, right, is we've been looking at transitioning from the history of Lincoln Youth Football, how long we've been around, right?
Yep.
And to now we have this saga or series going on where we're getting the sponsors in, some of the players, some of the coaches, folks that have been around a long time to really talk about the development of players all the way from youth, where these guys have gone all the way to the pros. And so I'd be remiss if I didn't say that these next two guys have great stories as well. So the introduction is we have Jason Moser from Greens, Furnace, and Plumbing, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. And then we have Jeremy Rebke. I'm getting this right. Rebke, right? So they are running the Greens organization within LYF. I've had an opportunity to get to know them over the last year. Really good guys, really interested in making sure that the program's running right. So guys, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good. So we're going to start right with you, Jason. What I really want to discuss is like how long you've been with Greens, right? And how do you feel that's like really instrumental to the landscape of Lincoln for these young men going through the program?
Oh, so obviously everybody knows that Greens was once execs. So I started with execs in 2012, 13. My oldest son was playing, and then transitioned to Greens. And so here we are 11, 12 years later.
Okay. And what was that like for you, Jeremy, to take on this huge sponsorship and this life-changing deal for kids and families?
Jason and I coached in 2014, so we were with execs for a while.
Okay.
So we saw from rookies up, and it was pretty seamless. When the sponsorship landscape changed at LYF, we were fortunate enough to take over a club we were already at, a successful club, rich in tradition. So we saw some things, very successful club, but we wanted to build more foundationally from the younger guys up. And Jason was my first call to be my AD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was.
Okay.
And so
okay.
it was an easy transition.
Yes.
It was just forming it in a little bit more of our mold, but continuing with a lot of the great things execs already established.
That's fantastic. And so when you took this over, you were talking about rookies, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people out here don't really understand what that means and how that translates to LYF. So kind of talk about the programs within your program and the age groups.
So rookies is our youngest level for tackle. So we have rookies, D, C, B, and A. A is traditionally more of your 8th graders, probably
Okay.
sprinkle in some 7th graders, maybe a really big, more athletic 6th grader, but not very often they have 6th graders up there. And then, of course, your rookies are more of your 9, 10-year-old kids, never put a helmet on. It's funny when you see those kids start putting on a helmet for the first time. So truth be told, when I was asked to come and coach, it was crazy. It was a mutual friend or a classmate of both Jeremy and I's kids that Beaster got a hold of me about coaching rookies.
Okay.
And Jeremy was my first call to help coach with rookies. So that's kind of, and Jeremy we have a past through our kids with baseball.
Okay.
So that's when we first got connected. So then it just led right into football.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
story. And those are the stories I'm starting to hear from sponsor to sponsor, and our audience is beginning to really get to know those folks. And so within that, your organization, about how many kids are there within those organizations, rookie, DB, CA?
So we're averaging probably around 130, 135. I know our very first year with Greens in 2019, we had 95.
Oh my.
So the numbers were a little lower. And I think that overall the league at that time had experienced a little bit of a lull in registrations
Okay.
and all that good stuff. And we have since then rebounded tenfold and done really well. I think last year we were around 140. If you counted our flex program,
Okay.
we were probably around 155.
So now everybody, obviously, flex program. What's our flex program like?
I think our flex program, it came into the league, I want to say, and Selvage, if he's listening, he's probably going to correct me, but I think we've had the flex program for about 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Greens did not have one until 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I actually coached the first flex program that we had. And as far as a transition, and people play flag, and I think flag has a lot of great benefits and values to it. I think our flex program and how it transitions kids to tackle football is probably one of the best things out there.
That's good. That's good.
The kids, they're excited because they get to put on some padded shoulders,
Yeah.
pads, and a
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah.
So they feel like the big boys out there. And then, of course, when we're having our practices, the flex team's also practicing.
Good.
So they get to see all the big kids.
Okay.
So it is a lot of fun. I'd tell you that year, and Jeremy probably could attest to it as far as, where I was at, I was doing more of the athletic director role
Okay.
and then stepping in there and doing the flex team.
Okay.
Kind of reignited some competitive juices and, like to see the progress. Like right now, those kids that played on that flex team are now, D players, C players.
There you go.
And just
Fifth,
following them
sixth player.
along.
Yeah.
It's
that's
a lot
great.
of fun.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I coached the flex team.
Okay.
I didn't think he was telling the truth. And I'm telling you, the last 2 years it was flex and rookies, and it's so refreshing.
Yes.
It's a different mindset.
Yeah.
Well, and some of that too, and we'll talk about that. So let me back up first. So flex, they're wearing the protective helmets that are about 2-3 pounds. They're not too heavy, and then the shoulder pads are skeleton, right?
Yeah.
So they're using the skeleton shoulder pads, and that kind of protects the kids a little bit more. So they, as you were suggesting, they get more involved. And so let's go back. So you are talking about the refreshing part of working with kids that age. Is it because the market is starting to be so much more demanding and they know a little bit more coming in that helps it to be refreshing and competitive? Because I've been out there. It is ridiculously competitive coming directly from the kids.
Yeah, just the refreshing side of just dealing with the younger guys and being able to kind of make an impression on them of how football can be taught and played, and having them have the ability to have a little bit more understanding.
Yes.
When you go from, flags, 7-on-7 or whatever the numbers are, but you go to 11, a lot of people don't know what a lineman is. They don't know what a lineman does, and they don't know how a lineman, kind of is the heartbeat of a football team.
Correct.
And so getting those kids to understand all the different positions other than running down the field, catching a ball, or running, it's great to see a kid have a little bit of a foundation just to make it easier for a transition and to build on it.
No, I think that you're right, because, part of the show is about expressing and sharing the stories of LYF, not only the history, but what the sponsors are doing and what athletic directors are doing for the programs here in Lincoln. And one of the key components is making sure that we're dispelling the rumors that it's not competitive, because it is ridiculously competitive and it's extremely complex now of the offenses and defenses that we're beginning to roll in there.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
want to comment?
I could tell you, when we started off coaching together, I had a pretty lengthy playbook and 17 formations, and I don't know how many plays we ran, but I remember some parents were like, I think this is too much for my kid. And I'm like, I can tell you right now, it's not too much. They're going to learn it. And, going back and leading into that competitiveness and really getting the baseline and the fundamentals down and how it's progressed. And, by the time that kid was a rookie and he knew I formation, he knew pro formation, and he knew the split outs, by the time they got to A, they're just playing.
They're playing.
So watching, the success that, Execs has had, and certainly Greens has had over the years, watching that transition and how it unfolds by the time they're on A. And then, of course, the biggest reward for us, because neither one of us have kids in the game at the youth level anymore. So the biggest reward for us is we go to a game on a Friday night, whether any school in town, and it's, hey, that kid was a Greens kid. Or
isn't that interesting?
And really, I'd be selfish to say that it's just if we're looking for Greens kids. I mean, we really do look at the league kids. Hey, I remember when that kid was playing rookies and we coached against him, and look what he's doing now.
And you can never tell from when they're rookies or when they're in flex what they're going to be like
Right.
when they get to the high school level.
Right.
You can't.
And putting them in a box.
And putting them in a box.
Right. And we, Jason and I've talked, we preach linemen, and we've had kids, we've asked receivers and running backs to play the line because we're a traditionally smaller club.
Sure.
And we've had a running back play line for us when they were young. And every one of those kids says, man, that helped me understand reading the defense, or, seeing the lanes. And I just, my youngest had some kids over last night, and he hated being a lineman, but now he's a tight end, and boy, he's a really good blocking tight end who can catch and run
because of the fundamentals and everything
That's
instilled.
right.
And the reality is that kids need to play multiple positions.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you just don't know, but it gives them a higher IQ for the game versus playing one position for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden getting moved to another position.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot from a lot of the former pros that I talk to, and ex-Huskers, that playing multiple positions is really important. And so LYF actually encourages that, and there's a lot of sponsors and coaches and ADs like yourself that do as well. So before we go to break, how much we're getting close?
Yeah, I would say about a couple more minutes.
Okay. So one thing I want to think about to begin talking about some of the players that have left the program after 8th grade through high school. Where have some of these kids wound up at? Some of the kids that that you've been able to follow their careers.
Oh boy. When we knew we were going to come on the show, we were trying to think of a couple of names, and it was tough to really narrow it down to have them come on. So just kind of rambling off a few kids that, majority of our Greens kids feed into the east side of town. So Lincoln East.
Okay.
Now with the new school Standing Bear opening up, we're also feeding into Standing Bear.
Okay.
And I can't say that we haven't had any go into Northeast over the years, maybe, but for sure
Probably
those
few.
two, and Southeast for sure. I think there's
Southeast.
probably
Makes
a few,
sense.
and Pius, but certainly had a few. Jeremy's kid went to Lincoln East. My oldest played football at Lincoln East. My youngest plays at Lincoln East, and he's now a sophomore. So that's kind of the high school path, I think we could say. And then your youngest is at Standing Bear.
Yep.
Okay.
And then as far as guys going off to college, I mean, we have a laundry list of guys that have gone
Okay.
off to
So
college.
we're going to say that for after the break. But what
Okay.
I am going to say is for those parents that are out there that are listening to you right now, if they want to enroll their kids to play tackle football, what's your district? What's your area now that you've kind of pinpointed the areas you serve, and where do you practice?
So we have the boundary, I think, is Old Cheney.
Highway 2.
Highway 2.
Highway 2,
So
okay.
Highway 2 north to Van Dorn. In that approximate area. So if your student goes to Lux Middle School, Maxey Elementary,
More.
Cleft Corn, there's some kids that go to in our district and other districts. Kind of depends on where their actual physical address is.
Exactly.
But in that area, I know it's tough to kind of remember those boundaries, but yeah, for sure. And then we have our practices at Lux Middle School, and we've had them there for
Since we were coaching.
Yeah.
They started coaching.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And that's really good. Okay, we're going to hand it off to Ben. We're going to commercial.
Yep, we better throw it to break. You're listening to Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good job.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
If you've been putting off your health, what are you waiting for? The summer 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is exactly what you need to kickstart your wellness. Farrell's gives you all the tools, coaching, support, and accountability you need to be successful. The 10-week challenge begins on June 8th, and monthly payments are now available. Head to fxblincoln.com for all the details. Stop taking your health for granted and get started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Youth Football 101 right here with Tank Perry. I'm just going to throw it right off to him because we only got a short segment.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up
before we got 7-on-7. So
yeah, before the break, we were really getting into that next level, stemming from Lincoln Youth Football. That is college and NFL level, and we're going to take it to you guys. Maybe 2 minutes on each, and we're going to call it good.
Okay.
Who are some of the guys that's gone from your program next level?
So, even because we've been around for 5-6 years, going back to even some execs days, Noah Walters was a quarterback that came through our program along with his brother. They filtered into East. Noah went on to Northern Alabama. Carson, I think, was that Nevada?
Last I knew, yeah.
Okay. And then we have, we'll even talk about some current guys that are just graduating high school and going off to college. Dash Bauman, who's really good running back for East and obviously came up. Really, his class had some really good athletes. Trying to think of who else.
Emmett Carr. I know Owen Lassig and Noah Burhope, but I don't know where they're playing for sure.
So
or baseball.
Yeah, Owen, of course, he went through East as a football player, but he's going off to college to play baseball.
Okay.
But tremendous good athletes. And we talk about the players and everything, but there's one story I want to make sure I brought up, and I'm sure Jeremy can attest to this. So I was at Hy-Vee the other day, and we talked about, them continuing on to play football is obviously wonderful. But also watching them become good young men and, succeed in life. I ran into a kid that we coached for 5 years, and he was checking me out the pharmacy, doing medical school, and it was Peyton Dean. And, walk up and it was kind of, hey, coach, that was like, that's rewarding.
Oh, they still have that level of respect in their voice when they talk to you,
right?
Because they know that you were instrumental in their lives as far as that's concerned.
Yep. And of course, our own kids, they're all doing really well.
Okay, yeah. Where's your kids at now?
The youngest is at Standing Bear.
Okay,
did his freshman year. And then they're at camps right now. And Camden went to Kearney for a year, and he decided to come back here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so
and we love it.
Great.
Yeah,
kids are doing great.
Well, good. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Hey, guys, thank you for coming out. Jason, Jeremy, we really appreciate it. Greens, everything that you do for LYF, unsung hero, part of what we do in Lincoln. If you're in their area, make sure you sign your boys up for football this year, this fall. You can go to LincolnYouthFootballLeague.com and get them signed up. Hey, guys, thanks for being here.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
so much.
Come join the
Tank.
Green Machine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Green Machine.
All right, we're going to send it to break. We're going to get now 7-on-7 football
Yes.
in here for this next segment. We're going to go like 20 straight minutes with them.
Yes.
So that's coming up right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Let's
Schools
go.
are all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra premium protein powder ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers. Strike 3, you're out! Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit asiaretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I just wanted to read a shout out. One of our texters texted in. Jay Oing said he wanted to give a huge shout out to Tank and Mike of Nebraska Red Wolves and Lincoln Youth Football. These two guys are incredible coaches and even better human beings. You would not believe the things these guys have to deal with as far as coaches, parents, coordinating, complaining, etc. Bottom line, these guys smile and swallow the burden. They are leaders of young men, and Lincoln is lucky to have these two.
Well, that's pretty huge. Thank you, Jay. We certainly appreciate that. Obviously, we don't do this for the accolades. This
we don't.
Part of the show is like also super exciting as the first part. I get excited on both sides. This part of the show is about Nebraska 7-on-7 football. So we've had guests in from Omaha. We've had guests in from other areas as well. This week we have Red Wolves coming in. Somebody that's becoming near and dear to me as a coach, as a human being. We have Mike Lomano, who is just really getting it done with the quarterbacks and stepped into the role of running a high school team, and they are just getting it done. We've got two amazing young men. Their names stand by themselves as far as that's concerned. I'll let Coach do the honor of introducing them. How we doing, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us on, Coach.
Great.
Obviously, with the Red Wolves, we've got some great talent, but we have two youngsters, well, at least in my book, youngsters who are coming in. Levi Sherman from Lincoln Northeast, tight end and occasionally a middle linebacker for us in 7-on-7. And then Presley Hall from Lincoln East, who for us has been like a Swiss Army knife, corner, nickel,
everything,
dime, middle backer, receiver, like whatever I needed, like wherever the itch was, he was able to scratch for us this year. I mean, it's been a blessing. Both of these guys, amazing talents, and they got a lot of great football ahead of them.
So we've been doing this a while with Nebraska Red Wolves, going into 3.5 years, finishing up the third season, the 19th. And I can tell you, we have a plethora of talent, but I'm really happy that these two young men are here because I have watched the new guy come on, and I've watched this young man just be a soldier, trooper, could have gone anywhere he wanted to, but every year he thought it was really important to be back amongst coaches, right? Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Good. So let's talk about, we're going to go old school first, right? I get to call you old school. So let's talk about your experience, right, with Nebraska Red Wolves. Like 3.5 years ago, you come to this. I think at that time they had the tune-up for 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then jump right into the season. And then it's 5 months of getting it done. What has been some of your experiences?
I mean, a lot of it is just, it's such an amazing community to be in. I couldn't leave. I mean, I really honestly did not want to leave. It's just such an amazing place. All the coaches, all the players, we all get along so well. But when it comes down to it, the competition is through the roof. I mean, this is the best players in all of Lincoln and outside of Lincoln as well. And they're all coming and they're all competing, and we're all just getting better.
Yes.
I won our first tournament a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
As you can see on his shirt. Repping the shirt. Let's go.
Of course, Presley had to wear it.
Yeah.
Of course. But I mean, when it comes down to it, it's just the best competition you'll get. And when you see, we'll go down to states on states on states, and we'll go everywhere, and no one's looking past us.
No one's looking past us.
And
okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I love it. And you're actually right, because they're taking players who are already good and making them better. They're taking players that are average and making them good, right? Because of the concepts, because of the consistency and talent, which is what's drawing people. And like you said, that was the glue that held you here. And I'm sure Mike is happy that you're here. I mean, you are just an amazing go-to guy.
If you see how often we go to him.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, when we look in the middle and
good. And so Presley, you're coming on, right?
Yeah.
And you have a double out there. We all know that. We'll talk about him too, right? But you come on. Were you expecting what you came into the family, the community, and the hard work?
Oh, not at all. I'd never done 7-on-7 before, and coming in, like, the competition is crazy.
and it's so fast paced. Like you would not expect that. And I love the coaching, and it's really preparing me for the high school season.
Good, good. So what's unique about it, guys? How much are you learning in coverages? What are some of the defensive coverages that you've learned, and some of the play sets that you've learned to the extent where you can translate that back to school?
I mean, before 7-on-7, I was always just taught, just run my route. Just run, take the exact amount of steps that I'm supposed to be taking, and go the exact angle I'm supposed to go. I mean, to be honest, that's not going to work.
Right.
I mean, 7-on-7 has taught me to, when I line up before the play starts, I got to read my coverage, and I got to know exactly, do I take an inside release? Do I take an outside release? What do I have to do to get open and find my space and run my route so that we can get better?
Yeah.
It's
It's crazy,
simple as
right?
that, yeah.
And it's simple, but yet it's so complex because a lot of kids don't know that. So when you go back, like you're huge with Prep Zone now. I mean, people know who you are. You're getting these offers. Do you contribute some of that? And we're not taking anything away from high school coaches, obviously, because we love them and we need them. But do you contribute some of that to the coaches that are dedicated for Red Wolves, for your organization?
Yeah, absolutely. Every coach is going to say something different, and they're all going to have their different beliefs. But when you can put them all together, that's when you can find a truly special and amazing player.
Yeah, the maturity and the growth. Good.
It's what you take from other coaches. So you got to be coachable.
Good. And I love it. And you come in just, Dane O'Mell is your mentor and
He's
your
my
twin. You guys body types are the same. He's a little bit older. How has he helped you, even outside of the coaches? And a shout out to Dane O'Mell if he's listening.
Yeah, shout out to Dane. Yeah, for real. My twin. Yeah, he's helped me a ton. I mean, I've learned so much from him, especially in this organization and learning the play style of Red Wolves. It's helped me so much. And I kind of faded away from his help when I went to linebacker because he doesn't play that position. And you really got to adjust to like so many different types of offenses. And learning different things and moving around so much really helps you out.
Good, good. And so, Coach, we're going to go to you because, the things that I've watched you do, is just insane. Coming into the Red Wolves, that organization, and solidifying the quarterbacks. Obviously, you're a huge quarterback coach and player from years ago in California. We're going to get in that and give you space. Washington, give you space for that. And then what you've done through LYF and now having a chance on a huge scale to make an impact to help get to that next level.
I mean, it's when you first invited me out, and I that first practice, I stood back and watched. I saw what you were talking about and the deficiencies that we had as an organization at that position. There was a lot of raw talent needed to be molded.
Yes.
We had kids who were out there just gunslinging.
Yes. And
the first thing I told you, I was like, I got to get them in the classroom.
Yeah.
We've got to get these kids on the board.
Big classroom.
And like I told you, it was like I could spend 3 days in the classroom, 1 day on the field, and I still don't think that would be enough.
Right.
But the way that these kids have gravitated to the classroom time that we've spent and what they've been able to take from the whiteboard and then apply that knowledge on the field and seeing the growth and development that we've seen, I still think we're only scratching the surface of where our quarterback play has come. And then that quarterback play has then translated into better skill position play. Quarterbacks being able to direct traffic in the huddle and talk about what they're seeing, what they need their receivers and running backs to do. Then that translating into those skilled kids understanding how to side adjust, finding open grass, finding that green spot, and being able to be better players. And everybody coming together, and to the point to now where it's a simple look from the cue. Receiver understands. It's that unspoken language that we're always looking to get, and it is like our play from under center has gone up dramatically from that first practice I came to in January all the way up until this last tournament. Now going into our final tournament of the season for tomorrow,
and that's just the first year, folks. I'm telling you, the direction that Coach Lamano has taken the quarterback play and coordinating with the receivers and quarterbacks willing to come in before practice to go and get 30, 45 minutes of quarterback training to be better has led to a lot of wins this year. I mean, a lot of wins this year, and some championships. And winning a championship, you can be a great team. That does not guarantee you that you're going to win a championship every time you step on the field. There are challenges out there. There are sleepers out there. There are kids who are understanding the importance of growing together, right? So with that experience, now I'm going to flip you to actually sitting behind the play and coaching and looking at the other team and expecting your guys to do certain things. How's that been for you?
Well, I mean, it's been great seeing the development that I've been able to have a hand in, but it's even more gratifying in seeing the development, the change, and the mindset that the kids are seeing and how they're able to adjust and come back to the huddle and bring me feedback. It's like, hey, if I do this, this, and this, and I'm in the back of my head thinking like, that's a smart kid.
Yes.
Football IQ is growing as we're playing.
Yes.
And ultimately that's what I want to do, because I mean, do I want to win 7-on-7 championships? Sure, I do.
Sure.
But like I told, especially the team that these two are on, what I want to do is I want to prepare them for the high school game. I'm not going to go out and run a bunch of 7-on-7 plays. I'm going to go out, I'm going to run concepts that they're going to be seeing on Friday nights in high school. Hopefully that they're going up against defenses that they're going to see on Friday nights, so they understand how to adjust, what changes they need to make to their release, or how this cover 2 is, how cover 2 looks different from cover 4, where the green's going to be, and just finding those spots and hoping that I can give them the best opportunity to be successful, not only in spring football, but when it comes to the fall.
And you're right, because it's interesting that as we go from tournament to tournament, everybody thinks that the Red Wolves are a high school organization or the Little League organization that play together every year. And they're surprised to realize that we have representation for over 51 schools. So we're taking these kids and we're molding them.
And it's not just Lincoln. It's not just Lancaster County. We've got kids coming down from Omaha. We got kids coming from
Wilbur,
all over the place.
Yeah, Wilbur. Shout out to Wilbur, Friends, Palmyra, right?
I mean, it's like having an all-star team, really.
It really is.
Yeah,
and building toward that, because the kids that we get, not only are they good, but they want to be better for them.
They want to be there. That's the thing. Is you get all these people that want to get better, which only makes the community and the atmosphere so much better. Because if you just get a bunch of willy-nilly players that just want to just win,
right,
but they don't really care to practice, it's not gonna.
That doesn't work. You have to want to work on your craft, right? So how has it been for you actually being with the program off season? Because I pause to understand that it's an off-season program, right?
Yeah.
You can say it's a sport, great, whoever, but really it's an off-season program to get kids better, to be able to branch back out to their schools, whether it's 3rd and 4th graders for LYF, all the way through 8th graders, whether it's high schoolers, whether it's your last year in high school and you're going to go off, right? We want to do that. But how has the repetitions in practice and the style that's set up at the practices been for you? What was really surprising?
Oh, they've been great. I mean, some of the drills we do in practice, I've never done. And like repeating these, you can see how it like reflects or how it changes my movement in game. And it really, and it's truly helped me. And you don't see any of that stuff in high school, and repeating it off season is just going to better prepare me for these camps coming in the summer.
And to high school, a lot of times they don't have the time. You got to get warmed up, you got to get some drills in, and they got to get the installs in, right?
Install and scrimmage.
And that is really important. So you guys are doing the off-season work on your own, and you guys are dedicated to that. For you, Levi, I mean, obviously you're going to go somewhere big. Everybody knows that, and we're super proud of you, and we've watched you develop. How has that been for you? And you're a leader of the organization, and you have one more year, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. You still have.
Both
So you both 2025. So 2025, and you guys one more year. What do you say to the people out there that need these type of reps and aren't getting them? And how does it really help you at the next level?
If you want to talk about like reps wise, I mean, this is the best coaching, right? It's the exact same as the players. All the best are coming to this. Same with the coaches. We're getting the best skill set to help those best players do their best. So if you want to get the reps, and if you want to get the right reps, and if you want to learn the right techniques that's going to help you on a Friday night, this is the place to be. But in a recruiting standpoint, I know myself, I don't know about you, I'm going to a bajillion camps this summer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going everywhere.
Signing up for as many camps as I can to get better looked at.
Yeah. But I know that if I had just taken a dead period for months on months and then just hopped into camps, I'm not going to remember, and I'm not going to be in my rhythm, right?
It's keeping us fresh.
It's fresh, and I'm still learning new things. So
Yeah, because the game doesn't get past you.
Exactly.
It's not too fast for you.
Exactly.
Well, the rust doesn't have an opportunity to set in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if I just sit from after my last Friday night game to this camp, I'm not going to get better. So they're just going to see the exact same thing that they saw on film. But now it's giving me a chance to go in front of all of these colleges and show what I've learned and how much I've gotten better. And hopefully I can get better then in the summer, then I can get better in the fall, then the next summer, and then at college.
Because you're putting in the work.
I am putting in the
You're
work.
putting in the work, right? And that's amazing. How about you?
Yeah, no, all of this is in hopes for that signing day.
Yeah,
it's all in hopes for that, and it's been truly amazing this season, and it's all helping me for these camps, and it's all helping me for the fall, and installing it and trying to surprise my high school coaches with all that I've learned from Red Wolves. These amazing
exciting,
coaches.
right?
It's exciting. It really is.
That's amazing. So, Coach, how do you do it? How do you help these kids? You've got a life. You're volunteering to do this.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I tell a lot of all the coaches that ask me pretty much that same question is, first of all, you've got to be able to relate to the kids, and it's not necessarily being childish, but still being childlike, so I can be on their level, find the things that they're interested in. Because I mean, a long time ago, a coach told me when I was first cutting my teeth as a coach, no kid cares what you know until they know that you care. So I make sure that they understand that I'm going to coach them hard, but I'm going to love them up at the same time. And then it is finding that right balance between my own personal life, my responsibilities with Lincoln Youth Football, making sure that I have time, because I also coach my son's baseball team as well as his football. I mean, so
you do.
It's finding that right balance. But like my significant other knows, if I didn't have football in my life, she would probably kill me.
Right.
Football's my release. It's my escape. Some people want to go out and, fish and I enjoy all that stuff. But football is my thing. That's my hobby. And it's something that I'm passionate about. So it's easy for me to give these kids the time and even the extra time if they need it, in order to help get them to see what's out there, the potential that they have, and realizing that potential. I just know that I look at the men who gave up their free time, that allowed me to eventually then go on and play Division I football. And I want to make sure that guys who are truly love this sport, want to further their career in this sport and get everything they can out of it, whether that's playing college ball or maybe even one day going and signing a contract and getting paid to play this game, that there's a group of men who love you and care for you and want to see you succeed and get everything you can out of it, not just the sport aspect of it, but also the life lessons that come from it. And that's all I'm hoping to impart upon them. And so it's easy for me to budget that time into my schedule, as long as I know that guys like this are getting something out of it.
And there's two themes here and what you guys have been saying. One is we're helping young men to become men, right? And to be accountable and to be responsible. And I think that's a theme with the Red Wolves, it seems to be. And then secondly, I think you alluded to it, we don't only do things until you can do them well or you get them right. We do things until we can't get it wrong. Yep. And that's what I love about how we do things. So I know we're getting close. So tell me about some of your fondest memories this past season and different. I know we got one more to go that you were leaving for tonight or tomorrow for. But what are some of your fondest memories in some of the areas we've been in?
Definitely this championship right here. I mean, we went that whole day in Papillion without losing. It was just, and we were missing some people too. I mean, our chemistry was just so crazy that day, and we were just clicking.
You were in the zone.
It was perfect.
We were in the zone. I mean,
it was freakish.
Yeah. I mean, in 20 minutes, we beat some team we scored 51 points, and that you just don't see that. That'll never happen again. But hopefully it does this tournament. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it does.
I love it. Good. How about you? Some of your fondest memories this year?
As a collective memory,
Okay.
I expect us to go to the championship every tournament.
Yeah.
That's
it's
leadership.
It's not so much of a pride thing. It's more of like a teamwork thing, because I know that we can do it. And I know we have the skill, and I know because we've done it so many times. And I mean, this weekend, I expect to be there again.
That's phenomenal. So what tournament you going to this weekend?
So we are going to Carroll, Iowa.
Sling and shoot, right?
Yeah, sling and shoot. The Iowa Chargers are hosting it. 2.5 hours away. Going to have some good competition there. I mean, we haven't been able to play Carroll yet.
Right.
Just things haven't lined up in bracket play. Good program there.
Good program.
Their head coach and I have talked quite a few times, and we kept
Ben Alford.
Maybe this is the week that we finally get a face. Nope.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Nope. Well, we'll see you in a week. All right. Hopefully this one happens. Midwest Mambas, another team that when we first saw them weren't doing so hot, but they've definitely turned it on. So there's some great competition.
Yeah,
through
the Midwest Mambas, the quarterback who's 6'4", his brother plays
Giant.
basketball.
Creighton, right?
And Creighton. Yeah. So it's competitive out here. And so the last thing I'm going to talk about is, are you guys surprised? One of the things that I set out to do with Nebraska 707, to kind of separate myself from the Red Wolves, right, was to grow the landscape, right? You've been here for a while. How's that changed from when we came versus all of a sudden now all the teams that are popping up?
I mean, everybody wants to play. Everyone wants to be on the big stage, but at the end of the line, it's whoever wants it the most, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's about it.
And I think that's well put, because at the end of the day, you're right. It's about who wants it the most. The thing I love about you guys, rain, sleet, snow, shine, you guys are at practice. And there's always room for other players that want to do that. If you don't want to practice, obviously it's not really good recipe for the Red Bulls based on what you guys are saying.
Yeah, if you don't want to practice, don't be there.
Yeah, but if
We don't want you there either.
Yeah, but if you really want to, really work concept, grow a team, it's a great organization to be with.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, we're about there.
Yeah, we got like 20 seconds.
Okay, so listen, I want to thank you guys for coming here.
Thanks for having
Presley,
us.
Levi, Coach.
Always.
What you guys are doing out there is absolutely insane. The Oklahoma trip was insane that you guys ran this year.
That was,
Amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
even though we didn't come away with hardware,
Yeah.
that was the best one, going 0-3 day one, and then taking the long way all the way to the semis.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
crazy. You guys looked
Just
really
ran
good.
out of gas.
All right. Well,
All right.
listen, I really appreciate it, guys. I'm telling you, for Lincoln, 707 is just a really good sport when you have the right coaching staff. It's super exciting. This has been sponsored by Tank Security Team. Ben's been on the board helping us out. We appreciate it.
Yep.
We've had Presley, Levi, and Coach
thank you
Lamano
so
here
much.
with us. Thank you guys so much. And
thank
we're
you.
gonna turn over to you, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for listening into Youth Football 101 right here on 937 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Make sure to tune in this afternoon. Pregame starts 2:30 for the Supernovas championship match. We are
Okay.
carrying that right here with
Let's
the Pro
go.
Volleyball Federation radio network. So tune in 2:30 for pregame tip. Well, I'm a basketball person. I'm saying first tip.
Yeah.
It's volleyball. First serve is going to be
First serve.
at 3:30. But until then, we're out of here. Thank you.
Thank you.
The first ever Pro Volleyball Federation Championship is set. The Omaha Supernovas will face the Grand Rapids Rise this Saturday at the CHI Health Center in Omaha in the match for $1 million for the right to claim the title in the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 2:30 p.m. with first serve at 3:30. Make sure to tune in for the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Pro Volleyball Federation Radio Network.
the captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Now you can pre-order EA Sports College Football 25 for the release date of July 19th.
Who would be your top 3 Huskers to put on the cover, past and present?
Tommy, Sue.
I would put Lawrence Phillips, me personally. I would put Tom Osborne on another one. I think that'd be good. And then I would put Dylan and Tommy back to back on the cover.
I love it.
How's that sound?
Before he takes his first snap.
Exactly.
That's right.
The past, the future.
That's right.
Passing the baton.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
I'll do the Caesar salad.
And for you, sir?
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Excuse me?
Sorry. He's just excited about the Nebraska Lottery's Wheel of Fortune promotion.
Is there a W?
Snap out of it.
Oh, sorry, Vanna.
Hannah?
Right. I'd like to solve the puzzle.
He'll have the Caesar salad, too.
Enter any non-winning $5 Wheel of Fortune scratch ticket online for a chance to win a trip to Los Angeles, tickets to a Wheel of Fortune taping, and at least $2,000. Wheel of Fortune top prize odds, 1 in 112,000.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fierce Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.